You know what's funny? I just uploaded my 10th video in 2 months, and I'm sitting here with barely any views, a handful of subscribers, and I've never felt more proud of myself. This isn't going to be one of those how I got a million subscribers videos. This is about something way more valuable than numbers. So if you're here for quick growth hacks, this probably isn't for you. But if you want to hear about what really happens when you commit to something, even when nobody's watching, stick around. Hey everyone, and 2 months ago, I made a decision that honestly terrified me. I decided to start a YouTube channel, not because I had some grand plan or secret strategy, but because I had this nagging feeling that I needed to create something, share something, put myself out there in a way I never had before. 10 videos later, I'm not here to teach you about YouTube. I'm here to share what this journey has taught me about myself, about consistency, about showing up when you don't feel like it, because that's the real story nobody talks about. Let me take you back to video number 1. I remember hitting publish and then refreshing the analytics page every 5 minutes like some kind of madman. When I got my first view, just one single view, I literally took a screenshot. I was buzzing with excitement, thinking someone, somewhere in the world, clicked on something I made. Then came my first like. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that little thumbs up icon lighting up felt like winning an award. And when I got my first organic subscriber, someone who found my channel and decided they wanted to see more, I called my friend to tell them about it. One subscriber, one person who believed in what I was doing enough to hit that button. These tiny wins felt massive because they were mine. They were proof that I had actually done something, that I had put myself out there and someone had responded. The energy was incredible. I was already planning my next 5 videos. But then reality hit. Video 2 got fewer views than video 1. Video 3 barely got any engagement. By video 4, I was staring at analytics that looked pretty much the same as they did after video 1. And that initial excitement started to fade. I found myself scrolling through other channels, looking at creators with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, wondering what I was doing wrong. Why weren't my videos taking off? Why wasn't I getting that breakthrough moment I kept reading about online? The comparison trap is real and it's brutal. There were nights I'd lie in bed questioning everything. Was my content good enough? Was I interesting enough? Maybe I just didn't have what it takes. The gap between my expectations and reality was crushing. And that's when I learned my first hard lesson. Motivation is a liar. It shows up when things are going well, when you feel inspired, when the ideas are flowing. But motivation disappears the moment things get hard, the moment you don't feel like doing the work. I learned this around video 6. I had planned to upload every week, but I was having a terrible day. Work was stressful. I felt uninspired. And the last thing I wanted to do was sit down and create content. Every part of me wanted to skip that week, to wait until I felt more motivated. But I forced myself to sit down anyway. I recorded a simple, honest video about feeling stuck, edited it even though I thought it was boring, and uploaded it on schedule. You know what? That video ended up being one of my better performing ones. Not because it was perfect, but because it was real. That's when I understood that discipline isn't about feeling good about the work. Discipline is doing the work, especially when you don't feel good about it. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. But here's the thing about discipline. You can't just rely on willpower either. Willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired. If I had to make a fresh decision every single day about whether to create content, I would have quit by video 3. So I built a system. Sundays became script days. That's when I brainstorm an outline. Tuesday evenings are for recording. Wednesday is editing day. Thursday is upload day. No decisions, no negotiations with myself. The system decides, not my mood. This removed so much mental friction. Instead of, should I make a video today? It became, it's Tuesday, time to record. The system doesn't care if I'm feeling inspired or not. It just runs, and I follow it. Having this routine meant I wasn't constantly burning through willpower, making decisions. The decision was already made. I just had to show up and do the next thing on the list. But even with systems and discipline, there were dark moments. Around video 7, I seriously considered quitting. I looked at my analytics and felt like I was shouting into the void. What was the point of all this effort if nobody was watching? I spent an entire evening writing out reasons why I should stop. It would free up time for other things. I wouldn't have to deal with the stress of creating content. I could go back to being just a consumer instead of a creator. But then I asked myself a different question. What kind of person do I want to become? Did I want to be someone who quits when things get hard? Someone who gives up on their goals the moment they don't see immediate results? The answer was no. So I kept going, not because I felt like it, but because showing up when you don't want to is how you build the kind of character that can handle anything life throws at you. This journey has taught me so much more than just how to make YouTube videos. I've learned patience, real patience, not just waiting for results, but being okay with the process taking time. I've learned creativity, how to generate ideas even when my brain feels empty, how to problem solve when things don't go as planned. Most importantly, I've learned about myself. I've discovered I'm more resilient than I thought. I can commit to something and stick with it even when it's hard, even when I don't see immediate rewards. That's a superpower I didn't know I had. Every video has been like a mirror, showing me my strengths and weaknesses, pushing me to grow in ways I never expected. Somewhere around video 8, something shifted. I stopped checking my analytics obsessively. I stopped comparing my channel to others. Instead, I started focusing on the process itself. Was I showing up? Was I improving? Was I staying true to what I wanted to create? I realized that every video wasn't just content for other people. It was a step in my own development. Each one taught me something new, whether it was a technical skill, a creative choice, or something about my own character. The numbers became secondary. The real win was proving to myself that I could commit to something and follow through, that I could create something from nothing, that I could keep going when things got tough. Before I continue, I'm curious about your journey. What's one small win you've had recently that felt big to you? It doesn't have to be about creating content. Maybe you stuck to a workout routine for a week, or finally organized that messy room, or had a difficult conversation you'd been avoiding. Drop it in the comments below. I genuinely love reading about these moments, and I bet other viewers would find your story encouraging too. Here's what's really incredible about this whole experience. Everything I've learned applies to every other area of life. The discipline I've built for creating content has spilled over into my fitness routine, my work habits, even my relationships. The systems thinking has changed how I approach goals. Instead of relying on motivation for my morning routine, I've systematized it. Instead of hoping I'll feel like eating healthy, I've created meal prep systems that make the choice automatic. The ability to celebrate small wins has made me more grateful and optimistic overall. I notice progress I would have overlooked before. The resilience I've built from pushing through creative blocks helps me handle stress at work differently. This YouTube experiment became a laboratory for personal development, and the lessons are showing up everywhere. So here I am, 10 videos in, still nowhere near viral success, still building my audience one person at a time. But I've built something more valuable than a large subscriber count. I've built a version of myself that can commit to something and see it through. I've proven to myself that I can create consistently, that I can improve gradually, that I can keep going when the results aren't immediately visible. That's the kind of person I want to be, in this and in everything else. If this resonated with you, I'd love it if you'd hit that like button. It tells me these reflective videos are worth making. And if you're on your own journey of building something, whether it's a channel, a skill, or just better habits, consider subscribing. We're in this together, figuring it out one step at a time. See you in the next one.